the pressure is on. Some people coach better in pressure situations, and some players play better in pressure situations. If you cannot make mistakes, Texas has limited the mistakes.
Well, I'm glad you pointed out the fact about the fouls for Texas to go out there. And this was one of the things that I was kind of worried about going into this Gonzaga game. And it was the ability to play through the whistle. And my question was going to be, how can Texas match up with Gonzaga? Is this going to be one of those games where the officials try to dominate the game, or is this going to be a game that will let them play? Because if they let them play the way Texas plays, because they're not going to call those fouls. They're going to let this Texas team be as physical as they want to be. The banging in between, where there were some double fouls that were called, which was needed in that situation. But the way that this Texas team efficiently played that game was something that was very, very special. And after the game, here is Coach Sean Miller on his thoughts about the victory and how that came about.
Well, I'm beyond thrilled to be able to advance and have the opportunity to play into the next round. I'm thrilled for the University of Texas, thrilled for these guys. One word I would use to describe our group is resilient. Nothing has ever been easy for us, starting with our opening game against Duke and Charlotte. And from there, we've always fought the fight. I think a number of times throughout the year, it looked like, man, can we do it? But we always seem to be able to respond. And obviously our latest challenge happened by how our season ended. And as we entered this tournament in Dayton, I think all of us up here really came to grips with, let's really go out playing at the highest level we can, sticking together. And I think the last couple of games from a defensive perspective is about as good as we've done all year. And when you connect the defense with the offense that we've played, you have a team that's certainly dangerous, and that's what I would call us right now. But these three guys here deserve a ton of credit, and just really very, very proud to be here with them.
That's what it's all about, being able to lock in and make the right play unselfish basketball. I mean, we talk a lot about the ISO ball and how there's a lot of games with not a ton of assists. Well, in this game, Texas had 20 assists in the ball game. 20. I don't think they've had 20 assists in 3 games in a row all season long.
All season.
Let alone being able to go out there and play the way that they were able to play. But the big shot came from one Cam Heide. Cam Heide, who was cold all game. When I say cold, he just didn't take very many shots. The shot that he took at the end of the game was only his second shot. But Coach had a premonition that he had to make it happen.
Heide picking up his first shot of the game to seal it.
In honor of Wally Serbiak as a shooter, I got to tell you, I'm going to take credit. I put him in. It was like one of those things where you see it so many times, just to have another guy on the court who can make a three. And, Cam paid us back here tonight in a lot of ways. It was an amazing shot, the biggest shot of the season. And I'm glad he had the confidence to take it. And I'm actually glad I put him in. I'll take credit for that. Yeah.
Love it. Take credit, Coach. You deserve it.
Good coaching.
You knew what the situation was, and he expanded on the situation once again in his postgame.
Yeah, I mean, these guys will tell you, I'll take credit for it. I just, the way I saw it was, on the last possession of a game, just to have that other guy out there who's capable, and in Cam's case, you can make the case he's our best three-point shooter, and to not have him in there, I just didn't think it made any sense, because what happens is exactly what happened. The play gets broken, a guy makes a drive, pivots, next thing you know, you find someone, and in that situation, it was great to see him knocking it. I was really, really happy for him. I might have even said, I'm putting you in to make a shot, and again, when it happens, it's almost too good to be true. But these guys will tell you, Cam has been a huge part of our team this year. He's had some ups and downs, and I don't think anybody deserves to make that shot more than him. He's just a fantastic teammate.
Man, gotta love it. He made that shot last year for Purdue in the corner against U of H, and now he gets a chance to face Purdue this Thursday, 6:10 game time announced. And, of course, you can hear all the action right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. We're just getting started. We got so much more. Texas men's basketball to the Sweet 16.